I know all of us know about President John F. Kennedy's assassination, but numerous other Kennedys or their partners have prematurely passed away prior to or after this event, with it coming to be known as the Kennedy curse. It all started on August 12, 1944, when Joseph Kennedy Jr. passed away when the aircraft he was piloting exploded over England. On September 9, 1944, William Cavendish, the newlywed husband of Kathleen Kennedy, was shot by a German sniper in Belgium. On May 13, 1948, Kathleen Kennedy then passed away in a plane crash in France. On August 23, 1956, John F. Kennedy's daughter passed at birth. On August 9, 1963, another of John F. Kennedy's children passed away 2 days after his premature birth. A few months later, on November 22, 1963, John F. Kennedy would be assassinated. On June 5, 1968, Democratic presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy was shot right after he won the California primary, with his eventual passing the next day. Then, remember the first person who passed away from this quote-unquote Kennedy curse? Well, 30 years later, on January 23, 1974, one of the people he dated was murdered at her home. On April 25, 1984, one of the sons of Robert F. Kennedy would pass due to an overdose. On December 31, 1997, yet another son of Robert F. Kennedy would pass, this time due to a skiing accident where he crashed into a tree. On July 16, 1999, John F. Kennedy Jr., along with his wife and her sister, passed away after the plane he was piloting crashed. On September 16, 2011, Kara Kennedy passed due to a heart attack while exercising. On May 16, 2012, the wife of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. passed due to suicide. On August 2019, the granddaughter of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. would pass due to an overdose. Then, on April 2020, another granddaughter of Robert F. Kennedy Jr., along with her 8-year-old son, would disappear during a canoe trip. Their bodies were found just around a week later. They had accidentally drowned. These are only the people who ultimately passed away, with there being 6 other incidents where a Kennedy came close to passing. These 6 other incidents go as such. In November 1941, Rosemary Kennedy was struggling with her health, leading to her eventually getting a lobotomy. Instead of quote-unquote saving her with this treatment, it just made everything worse, ultimately leading to her being both physically and mentally incapacitated. On June 19, 1964, U.S. Senator Ted Kennedy survived a plane crash that killed one of his assistants as well as the pilot. Just around 5 years later, on July 18, 1969, Ted Kennedy then accidentally drove his car off of a bridge, ultimately leading to the drowning death of his 28-year-old passenger. On August 13, 1973, Joseph P. Kennedy II was driving when he got into a car accident, ultimately leaving his passenger paralyzed. His brother, David A. Kennedy, was also in the car, which led to him being injured. On November 17, 1973, Edward M. Kennedy Jr., at 12 years old, had to get his right leg amputated due to bone cancer. On May 4, 2006, Patrick J. Kennedy crashed his car while intoxicated.